video I put up earlier this week talking about finally getting the head off and getting some progress done on Vanilla Rice, my 91 GSX, actually kind of blew up. And you know, a bunch of you guys commented and thought I was kind of crazy for wanting to pull the motor, but I was gonna stick with it. I said, I'm gonna stick with it, I'm gonna do it. Then a good friend of mine who's a ASE certified master mechanic, he teaches the shop program at the school that I also teach at, just all around great guy, came out to visit for a little bit yesterday and wanted to come take a look at the car. So we went down to the shop and he started going over all the reasons why I shouldn't pull the motor. I realized I need this on film. You know, he knows a lot more about automotive everything than I do. I have faith in the man. So this is just to sort of set up this video. When we got down there, I realized I forgot all my camera equipment because we were just gonna go look at it and he was gonna tell me a couple things, and then he starts going into detail. So I whipped out my phone and started recording. That's why it looks like it was shot on a phone. So anyway, cut to the shop. This is gonna be a little bit of a longer video. So if you're not into technical stuff and looking at the nitty gritty of Vanilla Rice, feel free to go watch something else. It's okay.
Okay, what were you saying about the cylinders?
If you look at the cylinder, you can see the crosshatch pattern right here. That's where the hone goes up and down.
Right.
You'll see pattern this way and then a pattern that way, so it makes an X. And as long as you can see that, the cylinder wall is still in good shape.
Okay, so the cylinders look
And then
pretty good.
if you take your fingernail, if your fingernail catches on that under ridge right here, then the top part of the cylinder has worn. But that's not the case. Not in this case. I mean, as far as the head gasket.
Look on the other side.
No, it was sealing.
Shouldn't there be material right here?
Not necessarily, because this part flattens out and it seals. This part of the material actually seals on the head side and on the block side. But you see right here, this is metal. And it's all one piece. So now right here, it might have been leaking a little bit right there.
Because it was the number 2 cylinder, so right here that I wasn't getting any reading on.
That's gonna be this one right here.
No, that one right here.
Yep, that's right.
Number 2 or number 3, whichever.
Right here in the center, you might have had something, but it don't look bad. Yeah, so you can see some good crosshatch in these. Oh, these have a little bit of water damage in it from water. You see those spots? But that's not bad. Once it starts running back and forth again, it'll smooth the cylinder out. You ain't got hardly any ring ridge. You got a little bit, but not much. It's very little. It's very slight.
So I don't need to get it machined or anything?
No, the block's good. The block's in good shape. Where's the head?
Head is right behind you in that bag.
Oh yeah, the lifters are right here. All you gotta do with these is just take them out, set them in a box, and just let them be right there. Okay, all right, here's what you want to look at. All right, you see where your metal part, you see where the seal is right here?
Yeah.
That's where it was sealing. So this was sealing between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. On the head side, it was sealing, which is usually where you want it to see at, you know. And then on the intakes, I mean, they don't look bad or anything. But as far as these right here, they look pretty good.
Do you think it could be warped? I know you don't have a...
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have a straight edge to check it, but I guarantee you it's got at least 3 or 4, 5 thousandths of warpage on it right now.
Okay.
Automatically.
So getting it machined
First thing to do is just take it to the machine shop, let him pressure test it, and make sure it ain't cracked anywheres or nothing like that. And then look at the valves and see if they need to be reground. And then basically put valve stem seals on it, and probably go ahead and do a valve job on it if it needs it, and then surface it, clean it up, and it's ready to go back on.
So, okay, next question while I got you here. These passages and everything that I have taken out that has coolant running through it looks terrible.
You talking about right here? Oh yeah, it's probably because it just had plain water, because your water jackets are right below here. This is your oil drain back hole right here.
Is there anything we can do about it?
Not really. I mean, all you want to do is look at the freeze plugs on the back side, and if they're not leaking and don't have nothing leaking out, you ain't got nothing to worry about. The only thing is this a knock sensor?
Yeah, I think so.
They must have had a cap on it and it busted off. But like the freeze plugs right here look okay. I think it'll be all right just to put some, flush it out with plain water after you get it going. And I think it'd be fine. Change the water pump. You know, go ahead and put a water pump on it, thermostat.
Yeah.
Whatever hoses. Like if them hoses are crusty.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, these got a bunch of junk in it. Cause I guarantee you can get the molded hoses from Gates. They probably have them. I can look them up.
Okay.
That tube, cause that's your return line going back to the pump. I mean, the housing, that's okay. That's just normal rust. All that is for emission control stuff. Those two little vacuum lines. I've got some 3/8 heater hose.
Okay.
This is the wrong hose I got.
You got the wrong hose on.
That's the wrong type of hose. That is not.
So that's why it wouldn't come off.
That's why that thing is hard as a brick. It's a special type of heater hose that you have to use.
Yeah.
That looks like fuel line. It looks like 3/8 fuel line. Somebody put on there.
So
I really don't mean it's in good shape for what you got. I'm surprised because usually on a turbocharged engine like that, you know, they'll rev them up so doggone high, and it usually starts, you know, hurting the cylinder walls. But they look real good. I mean, they don't look bad.
So what you're telling me is I don't need to pull the whole motor out.
Not unless you just want to reseal it on the bottom. I mean, unless it's leaking oil on the bottom. The only thing you need to do is change the crankshaft seal on the bottom.
Okay. So we're a lot closer to having a
Running the car, yeah. I mean, the only major thing you gotta do now is just, I can take the head out to Don and bring it out there to him and let him look at it and pressure test it. And he can check it and check the valves, and if everything's fine, then all you need to do is just surface it, put some valve stem seals on it, and clean it up, and it's ready to go.
And of course,
See, they were trying to fire.
No, it was running.
Yeah, I mean, it was because the intake ports are not that bad.
Then what do you think was causing the overheating issue?
Probably thermostat, or it may have had a slight head gasket leak. So you can look on the number two exhaust valves. When you look at where they're seated at, you can see like some oil around the face of the valve down there.
Yeah.
If you compare it to the other ones, they're all nice and white and clean and dry. You look at that one, you see a little bit of oil.
Yeah.
That one's clean. Which that white stuff, that's ash.
Okay.
That's ash, and then from where they were getting warm. But that's ash accumulation. That's just normal combustion stuff. But the number two, you can see way down at the face of the valves on both of them. You can see where it's a little bit oily. Now that's probably an indication of it may have been burning some oil.
Yeah.
Usually on the face of the exhaust valves, if they got some pitting in there where the valve face meets the seat, if they're pitted, that's a sign it's burning oil, which is probably a sign that the rings may not be seating as good, but you don't know that until you look at everything.
So
You gotta take the valves out first.
First thing,
This.
Yep. Okay. So
If the valve faces look good and he don't see any signs of it burning a lot of oil, it's ready to just redo and put back on.
So let me take those runners out and put them in something. I got a bag, and
Yeah, just take them.
okay. So how's the turbo looking in your opinion?
All right. If you look at the impeller wheel in there,
Let's see if I can get it
that's
down.
the impeller blades. Yeah, it might be hard to see.
I can see
And
it
if you look at the raised edges of them, they're smooth, and you'll see like some dust on them. That's what they call dusting. Where if the air filter is not kept real clean, some of that dust will get in there, and it actually abrades the blades. Okay, and when it does that, after a while, it starts abrading them real bad, and then it doesn't move the air that it needs to move.
Right. So it dulls them.
It dulls them, right. But I mean, it's not bad, it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not real bad. But usually on diesels, them diesel trucks, you'll see it on there. You'll see those impeller blades just, I mean, they're wore down to nothing.
Yeah.
And it's all because they just didn't change the air filter.
So
That's easy to get out.
So after the past like 6 months of picking on me for buying a $300 Eclipse, was it money well spent?
You made a good deal. American pickers would be happy. You made a good buy.
That is why I'm probably gonna just leave the motor in the car and, you know, do what I can while it's in there. I've talked to a lot of people about just going ahead and pulling the balance shaft, which I didn't know this, but it's kind of redundant in these motors, I've been told by several people in the know. Replacing the water pump, replacing a bunch of other stuff. Friend of the channel, I guess we'll call him that, because I mean, anybody who's wanting to help out with this project, you're officially my friend, whether you want to be or not. Anthony Jacob, commenter. I'm meeting him by the time this video comes out. I'll have already met with him and picking up some suspension and a new timing belt and a head gasket for the car. So we should have this thing going in no time, and I'm getting really excited because, like I said in the last video, nothing has been happening for months, but now it's all like slowly coming together, and I'm really stupid excited. So thank you guys in the comments. Thank all you guys that watch my videos, because I mean, without your support, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd just be a guy with a $300 Eclipse sitting in a shop. Anyway, thanks again. I know this video was a long one, but I appreciate you watching.